Thank you all for coming to the call today. Before we get started, I would just like to let everyone know that we have Hans today that's going to be taking notes on the meeting, and he's going to be sending them out afterwards, so we all have the information that we discussed. But getting to the exciting stuff, as you all know, the G5 technology is going to be taking over the current 4G and LTE networks. We are going to be succeeding in this because we do have the largest global presence. And we're going to be making sure that the event impacts all customer bases around the world. So as we get started, Iona, I'm going to ask you to please go over the risk factors.
Hi, sure. From the start of the project, we have been identifying the 5G benefits and also identifying the threats that it brings along. The 5G network, as we know, is remarkably different from the previous generation networks, and the innovation that it will bring will have a great impact on our personal lives and our global economy. We are now taking steps toward removing, minimizing, or avoiding the risks of the 5G network. The steps that I'm talking about are analyzing objectives and requirements to keep the network secure, identify the system vulnerabilities, threats, and risks for attacks, define the measures that should be taken to achieve these goals, estimate the expected cost for performing these options. One of the biggest risks of the 5G network is the possibility for an attacker to jam the signal and view the contents of data transmission. And this will lead to the violation of the privacy. So one of the most important tasks of the project is to find ways on how to avoid the hackers' attacks. Another major concern is the one related to health and specifically to cancer. We do not have a definitive evaluation of that, but in the data published from the International Agency for Research on Cancer, or the IARC, there is no evidence until now that connects the disease with the 5th generation of wireless mobile network technology. On the other hand, we have evaluated that the 5G has some great benefits, like the potential to arrive at a speed of 20 megabytes per second. It can reduce latency by factor 10, which would lead to the successful creation of new applications. Also, it is more efficient because it can turn off devices' hardware components when they are not being used. All these great benefits of 5G guarantee a new perspective of the technological progress in the future. So in the phase of this project, we are collaborating with subject experts to evaluate the elements that I mentioned above, to come then with the final report in our next meeting about the risk assessment. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure. This will definitely increase dramatically with the impact of 5G. Next, I'm going to ask Tan-Mei to go over some of the different resources that you have found for this project.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tan-Mei. I'm resource manager of the company Sting. Being a resource manager, my main duty is to assign people on the basis of their skills, previous experiences, availability, and the project budget. The main aim of the project manager is generally to find the problem, like overutilization of resources, workload and overtime, and to make sure that organization resources are being used to its fullest for delivering upcoming projects. Hiring new employees is one of the main important role, and even resource manager can also be responsible for the HR related processes such as payroll, employee benefits, training, and it all depends on an organization structure of a given business. Thank you.
That's great, Tan-Mei. Later this week, you and I are definitely going to be going over and organizing and finding any missing links that we need to cover. Next, Hans, I'm going to get you to go over some of the stakeholder information that has come about.
Sure. Thank you, Sarah. We all know that my role is to consult, learn, inform every stakeholder that we have, right? I need to ensure I communicate our perspective to each one of them in the most respectful way to get the best out of the relationship we have with the stakeholders. And so far, I've been engaging with them, and our relationship's been great. We actually have a lot of investors that's interested in putting in money, putting in money in our budget to basically support us and to have more funds in our upcoming project. And the stakeholders are just really waiting for us to launch everything. For the feedback is very positive from the revised project plan that we presented, that I presented to them. And yeah, they just can't wait for us to launch and execute the project. And that's everything for now. And I do have a weekly meeting with them, and that's why I'm the note taker for this meeting, so that I can communicate this meeting with them and make sure they're on the same page as us. That's everything.
That sounds great. Definitely having a budget increase from our stakeholders will definitely push this project right up there and really make it what it has to be and what's really going to make the impact.
For sure.
So exciting. Next, we have Benita, and I'm going to ask you to just go over some of the financial information that you have.
Hi everybody, being a financial manager, I am in front of you and management team so as to present our current financial position of our string communications. I would like to give brief explanation about the present financial scenario. As per our current financial analysis, our company's sales growth in 2020 until March 31st, 2020 on quarterly report. It was 25% based on the previous 2019, and the cost of goods sold was 1,000 million until March 31st, 2020. On the basis of the cash flow statement that had been prepared quarterly basis until March 31st, 2020, it has cash used in investing activities around 756 millions, which has been increased by 22% in comparison to the last 2019, and we had cash budget that equals to 2,000 millions, and we have enough profit margin this year. For our upcoming 5G network and technology, we would be able to arrange and invest 700 million at the beginning. Along with that decision, we must focus on infrastructure investment required to enable 5G so that we could reduce costs, potential risks, and improve network market. As we know that network investment would increase by up to 60% with significant increases in operating expenses and also increases the total cost of goods sold over the next few years. So we are allocating certain percent of our budget and financing for spending on wireline infrastructure to monetize 5G network and to meet new revenue. As we know that investing in the underlying wireline network brings commercial success, increases reliability and speeds, keeping our new and current customers best connected, offering a new service at an optimal level, optimum cost. Within our projection period, that is 2020 to 2025 years, we will be in the position of earning the maximum sales revenue with the reasonable profit margins so that we can provide integrated services to our customers with full satisfaction. This is how we can improve and we can move ahead with our financial plan and strategy. And if you have any questions, our team members, if you have any questions regarding the financial matters or do you need any information, you can contact with me or with our department's team. Thank you so much, all of you.
That sounds awesome, especially hearing the 20% increase from last year. Very exciting, and definitely an opportunity for you and Hans to meet this week to really go over some more budgeting information.
For sure. I was just about to mention that I'm still in the process of identifying our investors and analyzing them, and I will for sure contact you, Benita, because we do have a lot of basically budget coming in.
Yeah, I'll be in touch with you.
For sure.
Thank you so much.
Perfect. Does anyone have any questions in regards to the conversation we had today? If not, we're all good. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for coming on the call today. It was greatly appreciated. And thank you so much to Hans for taking notes again. Like I said at the beginning of this call, he will be sending them out so we are all on the same page and know what we are doing moving forward. So speaking of which, for our next meeting, we're going to return back to our stakeholders and see what updates we have in regards to that, as well as finance to see where the budget will fit and where we can increase the dollars used for our project. For Iona, for the risk factors, we're definitely going to look into the threats and the vulnerability when it comes to data transmission and the hackers. That will be a huge, huge, huge security concern for us. So we're definitely going to be looking into that as an important step. And like I said earlier with Tanmay, you and I are going to meet up and really go deep into the resources for the project so we can make sure that we are up to date on all the information that we need. Perfect. And again, thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see each other next week at the same time for another weekly call.
I will for sure contact you after I analyze them too and plan how to engage with the new stakeholders that we have for investors.
Okay.
For sure.
Awesome. Looking forward to it, guys. Have a great day.
Have a good day. Thank you.